What do you imagine will be the cause of your death? Probably some type of accidental self-neglect. Like, oh, I have a pain in my side, but it's probs nothing, it was not nothing. RIP, that kind of thing. My dad decided to go into denial that he was developing dementia, and blew his chance to slow it down. Now he can barely hold a simple conversation, and doesn't know what anything is, and still denies there's anything wrong. Mine too would just do things like practice signing his name 100 times a night so he might not forget the next day. I hope my wife beats me to death with her breasts. I'd hope this person's wife beats me to death with her breasts. Me too. Hey, me too? Me too, but I also wouldn't mind their dick or tits either way. I'll die happy. Heart attack at work. Already had one of them, wasn't pleasant at all. I can only hope that if that's how I go, it's quick and in my sleep. Yeah, dying in my sleep is like my nightmare. Yeah, a lot of people always say this is their preferred way to go, in their sleep. When I was in middle school, there was a kid that happened to. Told his brother, hey, I'm pretty tired, I'm gonna head to bed early, and just never got up. Ever since. That's been one of my biggest fears. I didn't even know the guy, but that was one of the first times it became genuinely apparent to me that life is fleeting and can disappear at any moment for seemingly no reason. You don't need to be old or unhealthy. Something just clicks and you're gone. I don't want to die in a freak accident either, but I don't want to just disappear one day. That just doesn't feel okay to me. That's how Bruce Lee died, went to sleep and never woke up. And till this day no one knows why he died. He was healthy and athletic too. Nice try, insurers. Did I presented you our extended life insurance? Nice outfit. Why, oh. Quietly and peacefully in my sleep, unlike the passengers of my bus. Dark dad joke. Sighed, but not because of depression, but because cancer runs in my family and I vowed to never let it get me. The same goes for any terminal illness, probably. Who wouldn't rather go out on their own terms than die slowly and painfully? Yeah, same to be honest, if someone told me I had 6 months left to live, I would kill myself instead of being in a hospital bed and still dying. Not to mention the medical debt you'd be leaving behind. Well, in Canada, you wouldn't have medical debt and they will help you with assisted side. Discovering the hard way that the fireworks on a chair trick from Kung Fu Panda doesn't actually work. We will giggle in heaven together. Probably getting knocked at 2 a.m. for a relatively benign disagreement after a Reddit mod gets elected to public office. People were killed for less. Unfortunately. My cat tries to murder me every day. It's only a matter of time before she succeeds and trips me into my demise. I have several cats and they do the same. I am surprised I am still alive. They think if they kill you, they get all the cat food at once. Plot twist, you are the cat food. I'm going to trip over a dog in the kitchen and break my neck or head. I swear my dogs are out to get me. Do you perhaps have a life insurance where the dog is the beneficiary? My dogs are agents of chaos. Microplastics building up in my brain heart. Microplastics. Am I the only one who said this out loud in a Homer Simpson voice? Number. Darn, that's crazy. Oh, I know what it'll be. Metastatic breast cancer. It's just a matter of when. They can do a preemptive mastectomy if you know you're high risk. It's not preemptive if you've already got cancer. Myself. I hope we both get the help we need to want to stay alive. I'm glad you're here today. Oh, it's gonna be me. Oh, baby. Baby. How was I supposed to know? Cancer or heart failure? I think I have about 5 years before one of these nabs me. I don't want to treat anything and go out like that. Should it be a slower process, I don't want my family to know or take care of me. I'm having a hard time finding a place where you can just go to die. I was thinking like some monk monastery, but I don't think they do that. Just seems like they wouldn't treat it as a bad thing. Be positive, like a passing into something better. Same. Myself, if I can't get a handle on my depression. My children are the only thing keeping me alive at this point. I do actually love living, and I love exploring and seeing new things this world has to offer, but death means an end to my pain too. I've been in pain too long. I feel you? Side, maybe. Removed. You're just gonna type this thing under every comment that's about side, huh? You do realize how harmful that is, right? What did they say? I'm going to slip in the shower and whack my head. The demise of my grandfather, albeit inebriated. Just last night I planned to take a shower while drunk, but got too drunk and forgot to shower. That was probably divine intervention. Cancer. Both my parents died of cancer. My mom's father died of cancer. His mother died of cancer. I'd say it's a pretty safe bet. This is what I think too. Cancer or heart attack. Dad's side of the family all live long lives, but everyone on my mom's side died young from cancer. So it's like Russian roulette. Knowing my luck, though, it doesn't look good. My dad still has both of his parents. An electric shock while using my vibrator. That last climax, though. My anxiety will most likely get me one day. Or to lighten up the mood. Then maybe my terrible sleeping eating schedule will give me a heart attack in the future. This might be of help. Give it 10 minutes. Pistol or overdose? Why not both? Death by too many pistols. Overdose on pistols, maybe. Side or euthanasia? I would rather end it on my own terms than waste away slowly from disease. I have seen it happen too often in my life. Euthanasia is illegal around the world. Assisted side is an option in 23 countries only if you are terminally ill with loads of pain. Heart disease and cancer are the leading candidates, but things like car crash and violence can pop up unexpectedly. If I avoid all of these hazards, I will probably be rewarded with dementia. Lull the odds. I'm a huge klutz that frequently trips over flat surfaces even though I'm in my 20s. I've gotten good at catching myself and correcting with the other foot. But at this rate, I'll probably die of a broken hip in my 70s. Lol. Well, very similar to my answer. I'm clumsy but have good reflexes. Once that goes, it's all over. Well, I'm a pilot, so statistically in a car crash on my way to the airport. I put plane crash as my second highest probability COD. Stupidity. I have a really weird feeling it's going to be lung cancer. As long as you don't meet up with one of your former students, you'll probably be fine. Trying to pet something I shouldn't. I hope your last words are, why is it friend-shaped if it's not a friend? Cracking my neck while trying to blow myself. Interesting. Do you succeed in the autofellatio in this scenario? Or do you die having blue bulge yourself? Lol. Apathy? Oh my god, yes. I stopped really giving a F about most things a long time ago. That combined with emotion-numbing meds. I am basically a robot now. I mean, I care about other people being alive and enjoying it being healthy and whatnot. But for myself, I honestly am just like screw it for most important things. It's kind of freeing in a weird way. I wish I could experience the joy of that freedom. But robot brain it is, I guess. Although, I will say that as a grown man. If I get stoned or drunk, I will cry like a baby if I watch Disney princess movies at 3 a.m. lol. 3 a.m. Heart attack in my sleep. I'm not okay. I drink daily and smoke daily. Every once in a while I got scares where it feels like my heart pauses and puts my body into a full panic mode internally, like I'm trying to resurface a pool but there's a net there. This feeling is about a few milliseconds long. My cousin was 39 when he passed of a massive heart attack in 2021. How old are you and when did you start drinking smoking? I'm 40, smoking cigarettes and W occasionally since 14, daily since 18. Drinking since 18 occasionally and daily since I was 24. Hard liquor nightly to go to sleep for years, alcohol in general every night for 16. I dislike it. I dislike the taste and I dislike the smell. I dislike me. Hey man, I just checked your profile and you have a great flow. You seem like a cool dude and I hope one day you can turn your life around. I really appreciate this. This genuinely means a lot to me. Well, thank you. I don't have to imagine. I know that the bile duct cancer inside my liver will kill me. It's just a matter of time. Hold my beer and watch this. I double dog dare you. You won't base jump off of the Eiffel Tower. I'd have to fly all the way to Paris. And I have absolutely no desire to be inside a plane for 12 plus hours. But I have gone cliff diving before and that was a rush. For everyone who is here like me thinking it will be side, I hope we all get the help we need to want to stay alive and give each day a chance to be better. If you're reading this, I'm so grateful that you're here today and hope you have a long and happy life. I hope you have one too. I imagine my cause of death will be snus new all the time. A man can dream. Refusal to go to the hospital? I feel like this will be me too. Barring extreme pain, I'm definitely the type that would find myself to death. Myself. Heart failure. I've had 3 heart attacks already, so it's just a matter of time. 3, wow. How come? I have an enlarged heart that retains a large amount of water, and have high blood pressure and high cholesterol, somewhat controlled by meds. I didn't know any of this until I had my first heart attack. Plus add in the fact that I was a tobacco day smoked for over 40 years, and that was what caused my 3 attacks. So now I have 6 stents in my arteries. Don't smoke, and try to eat a little more healthy and take my meds. Some condition that goes undiagnosed and are untreated, because I've been trained from a very young age to ignore seemingly minor aches and pains until they become major issues, and by then, even the most preventable thing can be deadly. My heart feels like it has hiccups once in a blue moon, but probably that lol. Like the feeling when you exhale, your heart skips a beat and then double bonks. That's been happening all my life and still don't know what exactly it is. Choking at home alone because I don't chew enough or chronic liver failure from alcohol. My buddy died choking on the bulked up tortilla on the end of a burrito. I think about it every time I eat one. Side. Lol. Now this isn't a lol, get some help. Have you seen somebody die of sickness? It's sad, pathetic, and extremely painful and full of suffering. It's also expensive and a waste of everyone's time. The only alternative is to choose to die with dignity in a way of your own choosing. That fair. I thought you were referring to killing yourself because you were depressed or SMTH. Sorry. Me. Gee. Chase, shut up, you effing twat. Or what? You get bullied in the Navy. Heart attack, both grandfathers had them. Could be cancer, that's pretty popular too. All the cool kids get it. I'm sure it'll be in a fluke way that only kills like 3 people a year, like a vending machine falling on me or a goose flying into my driver's window. This is a support line to help with suicidal feelings. Many of these comments are trending in this direction, and I would feel guilty if I didn't mention it here. Maybe it's not my place to comment this, and I should just be reporting and letting Reddit handle it. But please consider reaching out if you have these feelings. There are people that care and want to help you and hear about what is causing you this pain. Hope that others upvote for visibility. Mods can remove this if it isn't the appropriate way to comment. Pretty sure I'll trip over myself and crack my skull. I seem to be pretty clumsy, but only saved by some quick reflexes. Once the reflexes go, it's all over. Being chased by a dozen extremely attractive, naked women until I reach a cliff and fall off. Petting the wrong animal. Me shooting off my mouth to the wrong person. Thanks, executive dysfunction. When my heart stops beating. Probably liver failure. I drink too much. I'll probably die of a heart attack while taking a poop the day after I retire. At least have a beer in your hand. It kind of feels like the universe prefers I suffer. It'll be something that takes a while, like the ALS that Hawking had or male reproductive organ cancer. Slowly losing all of my autonomy, rights, and access to health care due to Republicans and religious agendas. Removed. I'm going to slip on an empty tuna fish can my wife puts down for the cats, so they can lap up the juice. Something very quick, hopefully. Watching my old man die a slow and painful death was no fun, and it was very hard on my mom and the rest of the family. I don't want my family to suffer like that for my sake. Massive heart attack, brain aneurysm. Hit by a bus, dislike ver, just make it fast. My deepest and most pervasive fear is dying young by any means, especially while my son is still a child. As long as I don't die where he can find me, as long as I don't die while he's not an adult, I can go with a modicum of peace. I don't have any health conditions so far. I'm moderately healthy. I'm hoping I can make it to my 70s, 80s, 90s where I can die semi-peacefully in my sleep or something. Something where I can have a full life with my husband and child. My worst anxious fear is dying unexpectedly where my boy finds me. So as long as that doesn't happen, Lamau, I'll be okay. Realistically speaking, with my family history, I'm guessing I'll succumb to Alzheimer's in my 70s or 80s and fade away lost inside of it. I'm not afraid of it and have thought this for a very long time. At this point, I still have over half a lifetime left. But I have this weird feeling that this is what's gonna happen. My child will be in his 40s or 50s. I will have met any grandchildren he has and possible great-grandchildren. I will have lived a fulfilling and very happy life with a man I adore. It will all be worth it even through the small horrors of Alzheimer's. I've made peace with it. Oh my God, I also have this fear. My son is 6 and I'm the only parent in his life and I don't have much family, so I'm always worrying about that scenario. I had a seizure once and he had to go find a neighbor, and ever since it haunts me to think of what would happen in a serious medical emergency. Hey, you and we are gonna be okay. We both have anxiety about this, and what that means is we love our boys so much. We are good, wonderful parents. We are gonna be fine. And I am the worst case possible. Our sons know how to reach for help, but we're not gonna need that. We are good. Our sons will not deal with this because we refuse, darn it. P, say it with me. We, Ray. Fuse? Right. We got this. Our sons are in very good, very safe farms. Promise? Promise? I'm gonna cry. I felt like I was getting a big old hug through that comment. I agree. We wouldn't worry about things like that if we didn't adore our babies.